Cheeks. Those fucking mince pies.
Happy Christmas.
Oh, is it recording? I'll cut this out, hold on. Christmas is some good talking point shit. Christmas episodes are easy.
Christmas might be our forte.
Yeah. I think we should just do like Christmas episodes all year round.
Should we just do, like, considering our podcast is monthly, we just do Christmas build up every
Literally,
month of the
yeah.
year. Like from January, we're like, get ready for Christmas 2023, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, but not like the last episode we did. That ill-fated sober episode.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, but it was hard to record.
It was very hard to record.
Things were too easy. Like, even afterward, like, we went up, recorded it, and left.
The sun was still shining when we
It's
left.
like I didn't know what to do afterwards.
Yeah. You went to work.
Yeah, no, that was even weirder.
Yeah,
like, that was
you
even
went to
weirder. I
work
went to
after
work.
doing
Like,
a
that actually
podcast.
felt like a job, the last one we recorded. But
It was weird.
it was weird, like, because I don't think we can do it. Not that we can't do it sober, but we need, like, a drink or just something. Do you know what I mean? Like,
the whole
like, man, we don't ever just sit around and talk. Like, no, like, would I ever call down to your house to just have a cup of tea and chat?
we have done it.
Yeah, but very rarely.
Yeah.
And even still, I'm like, this.
Well, I
bollocks.
mean, as proper adults, I guess we haven't. But like
Yeah,
back in
do
the
you
day, we used to.
Yeah, just remember that even when we met each other to go do that podcast, it was like 12:30 in the day or something.
Yeah, it was a,
And
it
we
was
had
a lot.
that. We knew we weren't going to the pub, and it was like, this is weird. It was
Yeah.
actually weird that we were just going to like spend the day together.
So what's trying to be get like 1:45 train or something
yeah,
like
something
that?
like that. Yeah, it was
Yeah, it was
weird.
outrageous. I'm like,
I know that the recording time was different as well, but like,
and not even that. The episode itself is actually quite funny because it's sober. There's a lot of funny parts that are funny in it because you know that we're sober.
yeah, man, I just couldn't get into it as much.
It was hard to get into. It was hard, and then obviously I had that big fucking
No,
fuck
not
off
that it
can
was
of Red
hard to
Bull.
get into. It was more like, how do you put it without sounding like you're an alcoholic? Like, how do you, how do you put it?
You
like,
couldn't excel.
yeah, it was just like in fairness, though, we didn't have much talking points either. Like,
No, we didn't. We
we
were.
didn't have. Like, it wasn't our greatest like subjects, but we've done that so many times while we're having drinks and just leads to shit.
But that's the thing.
It was just harder to lead to conversation
I think if we had more like say
because we're basing it around like pub talk, session talk. If you know what I mean.
yeah.
That's what we base it around.
That's what Wetbrain Cheeks is basically.
Yeah.
That chat that you have
This-
at a session.
The sober element to it doesn't zing the same. Like,
No, it does. But if if we came as prepared as we have today for a sober podcast,
yeah, we probably would.
I think we coulda went-
We still would have been okay
Like, the
because
podcast
we've done the FPL podcast.
yeah,
So, but like I've done a handful, but like we wouldn't be drinking, but we just start like rambling on about stuff because we've something to talk about.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So we were just too unprepared to do a sober podcast.
it was very unprepared sober. But there is some very I listened back on it, and there was actually a point that I listened back on while I was editing it, which was the I think I actually sent it to you, the bit where I'm talking about marathons and pythons being the same thing, and then I was like, well, pythons are long and marathons are long, so maybe that's why. And you were like, what's the pie? And I'm like, huh? I talked so long, and then you actually put something towards me that makes sense, and I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, you know,
I think our brains were just too fresh. Like,
I was too fresh, and I was after having that.
I was sitting here having a cup of tea.
I was
you
after
know,
having
like,
that big fuck off
yeah,
kind of Red Bull.
You had a big Red Bull. I had a cup of tea. So I even think I was fresher. Your brain was just doing overdrive.
If that podcast was 3 minutes longer, I would have had a stroke, I think.
Oh, stop. It was so weird, man. It was so different.
But we got through.
Also, I've thought about this, right?
Right.
We drink cans while doing the podcast. Should we not just call it pod cans? Like Fozcast, though, like Ben Foster. The Fozcast.
Yeah. Podcans.
The pod cans.
Well, I think it's a bit,
It's a bit
too late.
cheesy, is it?
It's a bit too late now.
Yeah, but
as
it's a
well.
bit cheesy or something. I don't know why it just came into my head the other day. I was like, the pod cans.
I'll put it this way: if someone
Cans,
which
cans,
I have
pod
done,
cans.
but I have done this where if you search Wetbrain Cheeks into Google, only our shit comes up.
See, this is what I'm talking about, right? I just mentioned something there, like podcans. I made up a thing there, yeah? And then you started going on about that. If, like, I had said that while we were doing the sober one, we were just like, yeah, maybe. All right, what else are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
We can't do it sober.
Exactly.
We don't have to be full, but there has to be a few beers involved. Like, it has to be.
But the whole thing of Wetbrain Cheeks was that night that we decided that we were going to do a podcast, I put up a thing on Instagram about having
Wetbrain Cheeks.
Wetbrain Cheeks, which was basically having face fat to do with drinking too much cans. Because obviously wetbrain is what you get from drinking too much.
Wetbrain.
So Wetbrain Cheeks, and then Dino Haig's got in on the act, and then James Lanigan, who made
so I done the video, me and my brother, and then I went Wetbrain Cheeks.
So that
that's
the Wetbrain
when
Cheeks.
I said Wetbrain Cheeks, that's the one that's in the
theme tune. So when you, exactly, and then
so it's kind of significant that
it makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Like there's a reason for it. And
we wouldn't have thought that up.
No, and it kind of ties in. It was only for Reds when your podcast should be called Wetbrain Cheeks.
We would have just lost that whole story. That whole thing would have just went past us. Like, do you know what I mean?
And then he made the theme tune and incorporated it into it, and here we are.
Just drinks that just needed to lubricate the conversation,
lubricate the brain.
Speaking of drinks, it's been a while since we've done drink of the week, where it's actually a drink of the week.
I think it has,
because you've done two sober in a row.
This is I did do. This is my first.
Like the last one was total sober.
For both.
The one before that, you were on that sober buzz.
Sober October, yeah.
Yeah.
For the Halloween episode.
And I just doubled up for everyone.
Actually, technically, I did 3 episodes in a row because we did a 2-parter for Halloween. So 3 of them episodes is me sober.
Yeah, it was at the same time.
I know it's the same thing. But
yeah, but
3 episodes is me sober. Like.
But 2 times sitting here not drinking.
Yeah. I'm back.
So we're having drinks of the week that are actually well, it's not drinks of the week anymore, but we're still calling that aren't tea and energy drinks.
But for the first time in Wetbrain history, where we don't have the same drink of the week.
And I'm kind of regretting my drink.
Well, I'm gonna start.
What'd you get at?
I'm gonna start with mine. I got a. Is that a P or an S?
Staropramen.
Staropramen.
I knew you were going to get it wrong.
Yeah, what the
Staropramen, there's a title. No, yeah, Staropramen.
Staropramen, it's 5%.
It's nice. That's a nice beer, man.
Yeah. Ooh.
It is a nice beer.
It looks like sometimes, when you leave a bottle of my waddy too long and it has the little, it looked like that where it had the little bits. It doesn't have little bits at the end of it, but it kind of looked like
like the split, the residue.
The residue.
Yeah, I got, I'd never seen these actually before. A litre bottle.
Well,
it's like a half flagon, is it?
Yeah, they don't do full flagons anymore.
Oh, I got a litre of Lynn Village.
John, why do they don't do flagons anymore?
Because
minimum alcohol price.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I got a Lynn Village.
They brought them down to litre so they could sell them for basically the same price.
Yeah, it was something for a litre of Lynn Village.
But if you can get them
I'm going old school.
You can get them in them double packs, I think. Oof. Good grief.
Man, I don't mind a dry cider. Do you know what? I'm nearly sure this used to be 6%. That was a dry cider at 6%. It's only 5% now.
Because of the minimum alcohol price.
Well, I'll pay the fucking extra for the 6%, like.
Right, what's it called?
Staropramen.
Staropramen. Right, that gives a whiff.
Well, I think that's what it's called anyway. So I've always been going around calling it. It's nice.
It is nice.
It is.
But do you know what it tastes like? It tastes like predominantly a bottle of beer that you get in a pub.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Do you know when you go like Porterhouse, shit like that?
Yeah, it's not something that you get. It's a pub bottle. Yeah, it's 100% a pub bottle.
Yeah, it's like getting brownies and shit like that. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that same vibe.
Yeah.
What is it? It's fucking
around 5 as well.
Half litre.
5%, is it? Around that?
5% half litre.
Is it 5%?
Yeah. That's why I said it. 5%.
That's like, that'd be like the branch between a normal beer and like a IPA, like a craft beer.
5%.
No, them ones, like them type of beers be like the in between.
Yes, yeah, they're what, pills?
Pilsners.
Are they pilsners?
Well, I don't know if it is or not, but
not because of the percentage. Because
I don't even know what the difference with pilsners and all that shit is.
Kirkpacky is used to be 5%.
All the percentages are changed.
It's
and
four,
shit now,
well,
like.
Kirkpacky are 4.8 now. They were 5 before minimum.
So they can keep like prices similar or whatever.
Well, like, it's still £7 for 4 cans. It used to be a £5 for 4 cans. So you used to be able to get 8 of them for 10. So, but it's still reasonable because I can still get 8 of them for 14 quid.
Yeah, but I can still get fucking bottles of Lomza. You know the long bottles of Lomza I used to get?
Yeah.
I still get them from time to time. They're 5.8% still, $2.50 a bottle.
That's pretty good.
Oh man, they get you drunk.
I know. I've
So,
witnessed
but
it.
like a beer that's 5.8% is normally.
Yeah.
These are just like
They do
like
taste
drinking
it
that,
is like that. Yeah.
but you wouldn't think it's nearly 6% beer. Oh man, they get you. But it's them pint bottles of fucking Peroni. You get 6 of them down your neck. Good luck.
Well, speaking of things that get you.
Yeah, a lot of things get me.
Well, speaking of things that...
Do you know what gets on my fucking shit? You and that fucking hat. Rid of it.
Leave my hat alone.
No, the hat's actually alright. I was just getting all geared up now. I'm drinking the fucking dry cider. Like, do you know what I mean?
The hat is coming towards its sell by
Nah, it's a good one though. It's a good one.
It's a good hat. I enjoy it.
Do you know what? I'm gonna end up fucking wrecking the gaff now drinking this.
But speaking of things that get you, right? I read an article. I read articles.
Cider has a bad name. I read articles. Cider gets a bad name.
Shut up.
I read articles.
A man, right? A man over in the US.
D-U-S.
The US.
The.
The US.
You said D-U-S as in
I
dus.
don't pronounce the fucking TH, man.
America. Just say America.
I get weirded out saying America for some reason. I don't feel like that's an appropriate word for the US.
Well, it is the United... Well, the United States is...
I feel like
Central America.
America's...
But it's America.
America. But, right, regardless.
What, you feel like the more wholesome people say the US?
The more outsiders...
America are the people that are fucking nuts.
Yeah, like the fucking... Yeah.
America.
Right-wing fucking America shit.
Yeah, well, fair enough. That's actually alright. Okay.
So, which is why I kind of lean towards the
yeah,
US.
but if you met someone over here and you go, "Where are you from?" They wouldn't even say America or the US. They'd be like, "Wisconsin."
Yeah.
They'd always give you like the specific.
Yeah, Massachusetts.
But we're like that as well. Like, you go over there. Where are you from? Galway. I'm like, where the fuck? Well, like, no,
what?
Galway. Where are you from? Fermanagh. Like, where the fuck is Fermanagh?
But I read this article because I read articles about This is believe it or not, this is Christmas related.
Well, you haven't given me enough information to make me not believe otherwise.
A man died, right, in the US by falling into a wood chipper. Only last week he fell into a wood chipper while he was obviously he was basically up on what are they called?
A ladder?
No, the electric things that bring up.
Cherry picker.
A cherry picker, cutting down, like trimming trees basically. But he got himself tangled in Christmas lights that belonged to this fucking Christmas feature. Like that families would come over from all around the area.
Right, so he was obviously trimming back trees so there was a view.
No, I think the
or electric wires or...
The feature was across the road. So there was this like Christmas lights kind of spectacular thing that people...
Like a nativity, everyone comes up and sees this shit like it's mental looking.
Not necessarily a nativity, just a light.
I know the ones you're on about.
A light
like
thing.
that one up in...
the zoo and all that, or
No.
Malahide and all.
Wait, are you talking about around the gaff?
No.
Oh, it's in the place.
It was a thing, like, where he was doing his tree cutting was at a load of gaffs. But across the road, there was this, like, basically...
Like Malahide lights, like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but it was it's just a park that people came to visit, and they had
it was
like
lit up, like, yeah.
a whole
right,
light thing.
Okay, sorry.
So he became tangled...
I thought it was like that gaff in... Where is it? In, like, Santry or something?
No,
I
no,
thought it was like that.
But he became tangled in the Christmas lights and fell into a wood chipper. Right?
Right. Well, go on.
What? No, what?
Well, you're obviously going to give more information on the story.
No,
But what my question was, right, if he was up there cutting the trees, yeah, who's running a wood chipper beside him? Like, was he doing a solo, or, like, what was...
Yeah, like, from the information that I gathered, I presume that's the only way it could have happened, because apparently his body wasn't found straight away. So, realistically, he had to have been doing it solo.
So he's up there in a cherry picker, firing shit down
got
directly into a wood chipper.
And then got tangled in some lights, must have flipped over the fucking cherry picker and straight into the wood chipper. And got mangled to death, basically. And this was only last week.
That sounds like a bit of a freak one, like, if you know what I mean, because like it wouldn't just start moving or.
You think that, and I'm glad you said that. But I went a little bit digging. All right.
By the way, he's pointing at me while he's saying this. So
Oh,
he's like,
yes, I was
he was
waiting for
ready.
that.
He was really ready for this. He was ready to be the smug dickhead about this.
And
So
you know
he
what?
was
I
pointing at. I wish you could have seen that.
didn't even prompt you there. I really didn't. But I did
It's
a
like,
bit.
I love it when a plan comes together.
There was a study in 2018, right, which revealed there had been 113 wood chipper related work deaths in the US between 1982 and 2016. And of that total, 41 people died after being caught in the machine. Right?
Well, what else would have happened?
Well,
Caught by stuff flying out of her or something?
Probably.
Yeah.
But then I kind of went into, right, so that happened because of Christmas lights. So let's look into people dying on Christmas and why they die.
So I was thinking maybe he was coming down.
Oh,
I
like,
thought the clear yoke caught, flipped over
maybe
or
the
something.
actual the cherry picker got caught. On
Yeah,
lights
maybe it
and
was
then
coming back down and like it got
Jolted.
caught in something I didn't expect to be there, and I don't fucking know how these things work.
It didn't.
All I know is that there shouldn't be, like, if I was up in the air doing something in a tree, I would not want a fucking blade running below me.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's like something Crash Bandicoot. Like, do you know what I mean? You don't want that underneath you, but it's there. You're gonna have to spin
But he was in the position to not have that there.
It was his own decision, clearly.
Maybe he wanted to hit the wood chipper.
I think if you're gonna throw yourself in the wood chipper, you just do it. You don't cut down the trees
Yeah,
first.
but maybe he was like, do you know what? Maybe while he was up there going, do you know what? Fuck these trees. Fuck everything.
Christmas lights.
Can't afford this fucking dollhouse for Christmas. I'm going into the wood chipper.
Yikes.
Hey,
Oh, I know it happens. I understand it, but
you nearly rented out a wood chipper out of Harry Hires there a while ago.
I don't think Wes is giving me a fucking wood chipper. If I came into Harry Hires for a wood chipper, look at me. You're not getting a wood chipper, mate.
Well, he did text me saying, "Oh, I'm getting a lawnmower, run my face over." Like, you know what I mean? Cheaper version of it.
My lawnmower is actually broken. I'm not too happy about it, but that's for another time. I would. Do you know what I'd love now? A bit of Amo's fucking hand.
The power washer.
No, the hand mower. The
Oh,
fucking
he took his toe off. That is a classic.
the hand mower. Not even about his toe. That's what I need.
They're good ones. They're great for it.
Yeah, but
Do you know
my
what?
grass-
You feel like that's more relaxing. Just
yeah, but my grass is too long for it at the moment. But the reason for it is because, right, and this is going off cue, but we'll get back to it. You know them like fake ass palm trees that Ireland has,
yeah.
right? When they fall off, Maisie on her way home from school used to just pick them up.
Whip you.
No, she just picked them up, right? And obviously Amy would be like, we get to the front door, and Amy would be like, you can't bring them into the house. Just throw them into the grass, right? He'd be like, we're grand, yeah, no bother. That's what they did. And then I'd go to cut the fucking grass. I could, but the grass would be so long, right, that I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with this? And then you'd pull up the thing, you'd empty out the fucking grass at the back, look at the blade is fine. You'd be like, what the fuck is going on? And this happened for ages. And then I went over a specific part, and the noise you just made was what happened to me. I went, fuck this. So I just kept going, right, trying to get over the grass.
He's doing rev emotions.
Trying to get over the grass, and then the lawnmower just went, gone.
Stop doing. See you later. Motor out of action.
And I was like, what the fuck? And then I turned the lawnmower over, and it was just one of these fucking fake ass palm tree reeds tied. And I mean, not even,
you're not getting that out.
but not even full. No, I got it out. I got down with a fucking fork and a knife and all, like, but it wasn't even a full one anymore. It was like strands, but the strands are so tight.
That's what I was going to say. When you pick them, you can just pull them apart like little cheese strings.
I swear,
It's the only way I can describe it.
They're the strongest things, man. They're like stronger than human hair, which isn't that strong, obviously, but they're strong. It's like fucking horse's hair. Is horse hair strong?
I don't know.
I don't know. They're strong.
Is hair strong?
I don't think so, but they're strong. So this thing was like whittled down to like strands, but the strands were so hard to get off it. And I was like, I kind of knew, like, my garden, I cut my garden into like nearly like a bird's nest haircut. And I was like, I know, even though I'm getting this off, this isn't going to work. And like Maisie was coming out and be like, hey dad, what's taking so long? And I was looking at her, oh, I'm going to fuck kill you. I'm actually going to kill you, child. I'm actually going to fucking murder you. And I have no shame in saying this.
Dean, where are you going with this?
I blamed her to her face.
Oh, she was the reason.
5 years old, I told her, I said, Maisie, you bringing all them things back to the garden? Yeah, where you put them? In the grass up there. I said, grand. I said, do you know that I'm after rolling the lawnmower over them? Rollmower.
The Rollmower.
Fillmore, Disney Channel.
Ooh.
I'm after rolling the lawnmower over them. And she's like, yeah. I said, come here. Come here for a second.
He's doing a full dad thing.
Turned the lawnmower.
That's such a dad thing.
Turned the lawnmower over and I said, see that? She said, yeah. I said, that's you. That's your fault.
Yeah.
Proper. Did she give a fuck? No, she didn't give a fuck.
Then he grabbed her by the neck and put her face right up to her and goes, the next time.
I turned the lawnmower on. I was
You're
like,
getting wood chippered.
I wish I could have done that, but the lawnmower was broke. So,
Yeah.
But
So you want Amo's little push lad.
I would love.
Do you know what, Dean? I actually want to identify the real issue of what you just told me there.
Yeah.
You let your grass go that long, you don't know what the fuck's in it.
Yeah.
That's the real issue
that
there.
could be a point,
That's the
yeah.
real issue there.
That could be a point.
Not that your child is just living her 5-year-old life. No, she's just doing child things.
Not good.
And you're not doing adult things. You're not cutting the grass on the regular basis.
Well.
You're actually the wrong person here.
Well.
Wait till I see Maisie next time and says, see that fucking cunt house dad that you have, yeah? Little moustache wanker over there, yeah? Don't listen to him. Listen to me, as you always do anyway. He's full of shit. I'm right, he's wrong. And she'll listen to me forever, and then I'm just going to take over your whole family.
Probably.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
I'm
Christmas,
your new
bitch.
dad. But,
Regardless of all that,
yeah, what's crack? Your man fell into a wood chipper.
I looked up Christmas related deaths because that's what I was thinking of. A bit dark, but
So the wood chipper thing's not even the main story here.
no, it's
I got way too into the wood
like,
chipper thing.
Now wood chipper deaths are
I'd say more common than you would.
are frequent enough. As we discovered, I think what was it, like fucking 100 and something odd between
That's enough.
between 82 and 2016.
I would have thought it'd be like 80 to like 100 and something a year, maybe.
No, between that time, which is it's not a lot.
I mean, if you're dumb enough to get killed by
A wood
dumb
chipper.
enough, that's harsh.
not even dumb enough. If it's
Some are freak.
yeah,
Some are not known. I'd say a lot of it's like redneck shit. Anyway,
yeah. But regardless, I looked up
not knowing the proper safety.
basically ways to get killed at Christmas. And the number one,
Electrocution.
no, heart attacks, right?
Because
So
your Christmas present was just that good.
basically, in the holidays, there's a massive increase in heart-related deaths, and it's like they've noticed it. Now, these stats are only from the US. They're not from. They're not worldwide.
Sorry, from DUS.
From America.
America!
But they've never found a conclusive reason for it. They just like presume things. So basically, if it's at Christmas, they think
Stress. I
high
would
blood
imagine.
pressure, stress, alcohol consumption, and rich foods.
I would say more stress.
I would say more stress as well.
There is a.
There
it's going to go into something.
We'll get in there. We'll get in there. But
what's number 2?
car crashes,
Skiddy roads and shit like
icy
that.
roads.
It is icy.
Drink driving, stuff like that. And right, the headline of this is "Beware of feasting." Right, and I was thinking overindulging in food. Right, it must be people are just overindulging and just fucking blowing themselves out and dying.
Yeah, gastric band exploded.
Which is it's not wrong because they do say obviously heart attacks, choking, and alcohol poison come into that. But nutmeg is a major...
In eggnog?
No, in anything. Nutmeg is a major killer. Nutmeg in the right amounts is hallucinogenic.
I know that, yeah.
But
But like that's a lot though.
10 milligrams is enough.
Yeah, but have you ever seen 10 mil? Like, have you ever seen nutmeg?
Yeah, it's like ground it down to like the finest of fine.
Yeah, that's ground nutmeg.
right.
Grated fresh nutmeg is how you get hallucinogenic.
Mm.
You don't buy ground nutmeg.
Right.
That won't do it. You have to get like...
So how much like grated like fine nutmeg would you have to take?
Yeah, but it's hard to consume.
No, like
It's hard to consume.
why?
You can't just eat nutmeg.
Because it's rotten.
Yeah, because it's like a powder like that, you won't be able to. I don't know how people do it. I don't know. I've heard that it's a hallucinogenic.
You could probably put it into like shakes and shit like that.
Yeah, no, but it's used like. Do you know that like nutmeg is used to like that's you're making bechamel sauce, which is the French white sauce. Basically,
Right.
you have to have ground nutmeg into it.
So if you put too much,
No, don't put too much into it. It's just like I don't know how they do it. I think if you get a whole nutmeg and you bite a lump out of it and you eat it, you'll trip.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
That's
It's
how
not
you
as
have to get an actual nutmeg, not
a
ground
proper-
nutmeg. You can use as much ground nutmeg as you want. You have to get like a proper lump, and you don't.
Concentrated
Yeah,
nutmeg.
you don't actually get like whole nutmegs anywhere very often because for
they
that
are
reason, I imagine.
hallucinogenic,
But
right?
I'd say they come around more often because at Christmas, because when you're making eggnog, nutmeg is in it.
When you want to get high at Christmas,
Eat your mom's nutmegs.
whoa.
Yeah, so that was strange.
Well, yeah, it was. I got so kind of into this wood chipper thing that I was like,
Yeah, I thought that was the whole thing. Like,
surely, no, maybe no. To be honest, there was no other
I'd love to have a wood chipper.
for what.
Did you ever see the Jackass episode? We were talking about this off air.
Off air, yeah.
One of the things that are actually good in one of the Jackass series is, you know, they have the wood chipper and they're just firing shit into it, and
Yeah.
it's I can't remember who it was standing at the white fucking thing, and they're just throwing like food into it.
Oh yeah,
Grass. Bam starts throwing like a shoe into it and shit. I think it might have been Ryan Dunn standing up at it.
For that stuff, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But that was in a controlled environment.
that's it. Like, do you know what I mean?
But wood chipper's legal. Don't throw a load of nutmeg in there and just stand around.
Imagine, give me 1,400 nutmegs. I'll just stand in
Man,
front.
Linville's fucking nice.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, is Linville's nice? It is. And that's that. Talk to you later, sister.
Christmas related.
Well, it should be.
Christmas podcast.
Being the episode and all that.
What is the best Christmas gift you have ever gotten?
I don't want to answer that question
Why?
because it depends who gave it to you.
Well, that's also a question. Who gave you the best gift and what made it special?
My mom, she gave me the gift of life.
Get the fuck out of here.
Do you know what? I was thinking about this one earlier as well, because I was looking at, like, I was thinking of things like you could ask, like, what's the best gift you've given, or what's the best gift you've received, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think that's all situational.
Oh, yeah.
Who you're with at the time, or if it's a family member, or if it's people you don't talk to anymore, and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
depends what's going on in your life at the time.
I have one thing that's...
It's very one ding.
one thing.
I got the one ding.
I have one
better
thing-
than the two ding.
I have one thing that sticks out for me.
Your penis. That doesn't stick out.
Barely.
That's rolled back in.
It's like a fruit wind-up. That's right. Fruit wind-up.
Fruit. What that one's called?
Fruit winders.
Fruit. Is that what they're in America? What is America?
Fruit wind-up.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're actually alright.
Yeah, but
But it's like, it's just a novelty sweet.
you get very bored of them very quickly.
Yeah, it's like a dip dab and fucking, what them brain liquors.
Hold on.
Dip dab's different. Sorry.
Hold on a
Sorry.
second. Hold on a minute.
I meant like a brain liquor or like gobstopper or something.
Amy actually bought me a brain liquor there about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
What was the buzz?
Shite.
It's just to get you out of brains when you're a kid.
It's not. You just get locked.
No, that's an out of brains kid shit.
Yeah, but not when you're an adult and you're used to getting actually out of brains.
Oh no, yeah,
You know
they're
what I mean?
kid drugs.
I was licking it and I was like, man, this is getting exhausting. Like, I was like, how do gay lads, right, keep at this for so long?
Oh my god. Gay lads. Anyway, best presents. The breast.
Oh,
The best present I've ever been given. See, it is tough. I've thought about it earlier as well.
it is. Yeah,
Because I can't really narrow it down because now that I'm older, I think I prefer... Do you know what? I'll counter question you
Right.
because it's similar to that. Are you more of a present giver or a present receiver? What would you prefer?
Oh,
Without being... That was not meant to be sexual. Giver
no.
or taker?
Giver or taker. Right. I love giving people presents. I love seeing people's reactions to presents. But I'm not adverse to getting presents. I do get a little bit awkward if there's like.
See, I don't like being given presents.
If there's like a crowd and stuff like that, or if there's too many people in the vicinity. But giving presents to me, and so this is why, like, we keep coming up on this, and this is why Christmas stressed me out a lot. And which we will touch on. And maybe we should touch on about it now.
Let's just do it. Let's just do it. What's the worst thing about Christmas?
The worst thing about Christmas is the stress of building up to Christmas. The whole thing to me with Christmas, I love Christmas. I love Christmas Day. I love Christmas Eve, and I love Stephen's Day, and I love everything after that, apart from New Year's. New Year's is shy.
I don't mind New Year's.
The build up to Christmas stresses me the fuck out, man.
Is that because you have kids?
No, it has always stressed me out. No, sorry, wrong. It has only stressed me out since I've been expected to be my own person, basically. So, basically, since I've been expected to provide for other scenarios. Not provide is the wrong word, but I've been expected to kind of make an effort for other people. Because when you're a kid...
Interact on your own, like...
on your own...
What's the word I'm looking for?
Wages?
On your own... There is the... I am starting... This little starting to do it.
Yeah.
On your own, like, adult basis. Like, you know what I mean?
Basically, yeah.
Like, you are providing for yourself. You cannot... You have to get the presents now. Like,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? I don't know. There's definitely a better way of saying it, but I know that's...
As soon as you stop receiving presents on a level, and as soon as you're, say you have, like, say, a godparent or an auntie or something like that, and your ma or your dad gets them a present from you and your brother and stuff like that.
You have to provide that yourself.
Now it comes out. Now, to be fair, I don't...
But see, you do it on a bigger scale than I do, so I don't get that same stress.
Yeah, now...
Like, I actually have to buy for very few people. Not that I'm cutting across your point, but...
No, yeah.
I know where you're coming from.
To be fair, I don't buy for aunties and uncles, and I don't think they expect us to buy. Like, we do a Chris Kindle in my nanny's house.
Yeah, but that's because you're a bit of a bigger family.
Yeah, we have a big enough family.
And I know a lot of bigger families that do it that way, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
For extended.
Yeah, you're not spending money on everybody. It's too much.
But if you're doing that, you're still getting your nanny and granddad present. You're still getting...
But that's it. It's the whole thing of, like, I'll still get my sister's presents. I'll still get my nanny and granddad, my dad.
But they're all in it.
But they're all in it. So they're getting a present off me, and somebody else is getting a present off me. But it's the it's the stress of not knowing if what you're buying is like
is acceptable.
You think it's great, but is it going to look great? Do you know what I mean? And that
see, I get this.
That gets to me, man. It actually gets me quite a bit.
I get this even like tiny family, you know that. But even like if I'm getting like my sister something and like brother-in-law something,
yeah.
But I'd be thinking like the shit I'm buying like is good. Now I know money, a present. I'm always like a present is a present if it means something.
Yeah.
Not if it means something. If it's worth what you're getting. But sometimes I'm thinking like I could throw them that and like it's cool, it's a good present all. But then they could whop something back to me and it's like you know that was about £100 there or something like that. So
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do I look like a bit of a clown now? Like, you know what I mean?
But
But they wouldn't think that. But that's in your head.
Exactly. And that.
But you get that on a bigger scale because I have a small family.
Yeah. Well, that whole thing is like say for example this year, because this year I think is a lot tighter for everybody. In the grand scheme of things, because energy bills are up higher.
Fuck the ESB, yeah.
Everything is up higher.
Oh gosh.
It's you can't get away.
Fuck
from
Amo.
It's the same for everybody. Poor Amo. So it's like the likes of me, my ma, and my sister have all agreed on £50 each. That's it. It's all that's necessary. Like, do you know what I mean? And like there has been some years where we kind of, if we were a little bit more flush, we'll kind of go out of our way to get some stuff, which has happened.
I feel like the older you get on as well, like the less flush you are to. Do you know what I mean?
Give, yeah,
more responsibility to just grow on. Like that's how it goes. Like that is it.
There's been years for me where I have splashed out on my ma, my sister, and stuff like that. And yeah, of course. Well, like you're sitting there, you're watching your sister, and they're opening their shit, and you're like, you can see how much they appreciate it, and it makes you feel warm. And obviously, I actually felt bad one year. Was it last year? I think it was last year, the year before.
You don't have to give specifics.
Regardless, my ma and my sister got me stuff which I loved. I really appreciated, but I was so tired and so fucking deflated from the build up to Christmas that my reaction
was just like, ugh,
was not what they were looking for.
I get what you mean.
So my ma was like,
"Do you not like what you have?
Did
there?
you actually like what we got you?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I love what you got me."
Well, I actually just want to sit down, like.
But I was just like, I'm just so fucking deflated from everything before now. So stressed about money and cash and everything that Christmas Day was a little bit of a not a letdown, but a little bit of a
Everything's off me back now.
Everything's fucking gone. So
well,
I was just kind of like,
I'm not even caring about what the presents are. I'll appreciate them in a day or two.
Exactly. But at that
just
moment,
now that I'm just like, the day is here.
Yeah.
Everything's done. There's no more I can do.
Yeah. Pretty much.
It's out of the way. See, this what was kind of ties in together about like a giver, receiver presents, and like what's the worst thing about Christmas. The worst thing I think for most people would be stress out.
It has to be, yeah.
Has to be the stress out. Like some people more than others. I don't really stress out about it too much because, like I said, I've a smaller family. Like I said, what have I got? Like two, like an auntie and an uncle, 4 cousins.
Yeah.
And my family, like that's it. Like I'm all right. Like I know I'm getting them. Now they're getting a little bit older though. Like I mean, niece and nephew are getting a bit older.
It's hard.
I know I get it from his nephew. Like what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? What do I get him? I don't know. I've absolutely no idea. Because he already has all jerseys, all football shit they need. I'm like, what the fuck? I get this.
It's harder, but
like, it's not gonna stress me out enough. Like, I'll still get him something. Like, do you know what I mean? But it's then my sister and that's what I'd be thinking because I'll get her something that's like shit for the house or something. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she'll appreciate it, but then she'll get me something like Whopper. I'm like,
exactly. But
and you have to put yourself under that pressure. But nobody actually cares about it at the end of the day.
They don't. Like,
nobody actually cares. Do you know what I mean? Unless you get like something really bad for someone, like, do you know what I mean? Like someone really close to you, and you just give them like the worst shit, just because the sake of it.
Yeah.
But like we all do it together. Like nobody cares. Everyone just wants the day.
Yeah.
With each other.
No.
The presents don't actually matter, but coming up to it, I do think like. Not that money matters on it. It's just like, is this enough? Do I get another thing? But then I'd be thinking like, oh, if I get all this shit from my sister and my brother gets only something smaller, does he feel like he should have done? Like, do you know what I mean? You're thinking about a lot of stuff that you would normally not think about. Like,
I can tell you.
Does that make sense in a way?
I can tell you of a really.
Can I tell you what the worst thing about Christmas is for me?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, of course.
For me, the worst thing about Christmas is social media. Do you know why?
Posting presents online and all that crap?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't.
You don't do it?
No, I don't do
it. You don't do it?
No.
Amy doesn't do it?
No.
I'm on social media, like a lot of your family, they don't do it.
No.
Maybe like 1 or 2 things, hey, whatever.
It's never been a thing.
But,
like, no.
I don't, I'm just maybe, but I don't like the whole, see the pressure that you put on yourself.
Yeah.
There's extra pressure put on from families
who
have younger children, obviously, who aren't obviously on social media because they're like younger children.
Yeah.
Oh, here's all the presents that I'm getting for my kids.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it nearly puts a jealousy, like, you wouldn't buy into any of that shit, of course. I know you like that. But you see why people are like, oh my God, you see what such and such is getting for everyone. Maybe we should get more and all this. And it's actually just like putting people under a pressure and a stress to spend money that they probably don't even have. I know a lot of people that get lends out. They get like
for Christmas
a lend to buy presents so they can keep up with what other parents.
I think Amy,
like, they will get lends to put themselves under pressure for money that they don't even have to spend, only so that like when the kids go to school, they don't like get like teased on or whatever. Like, and that's a weird pressure, and that's like the most horrible thing I see around Christmas. Like, social media at Christmas is like the weirdest, most horrible shit.
It's relatively new as well, which is, it's bizarre.
Yeah, I knew it was in like the last 5 years maybe,
But Amy,
It's horrible. I hate that shit.
Amy puts a lot of pressure on herself for Christmas, for the kids. And it's not.
No, I mean, that's healthy
No. I mean, in terms of, it's not anything to do with.
for them to be happy.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not anything to do with the
sorry.
kids getting presents. It's to do with, no matter how much we spend. Like, say if we got 3 things for each kid, and both of them cost. Now I'm using this as an example. Both of them cost 150 quid each. So that's 300 quid each child, right? Which is a lot. It's a lot.
No, it's not.
It's
That's
a lot.
450 quid each.
What? 150.
3 things each.
Sorry, 3 things each. Sorry, in my head I had.
Yeah, but
three.
anyway,
Regardless,
money's not the thing. But go on.
I know, right? But you get 3 damn things, 450 quid each, and you're thinking to yourself, that's 900 quid, like. Do you know what I mean? For 2 kids.
But that's the stuff they want.
For 5 and 3. No, kids want everything.
No, but that's like their main things.
Yeah.
But you can't just have that.
In Amy's brain, regardless of how much it costs, 3 things is not enough because it doesn't fill that space in the sitting room.
That's the way it is.
Do you know what I
That's
mean?
the thing.
So no
my
matter
mom would have always been like that.
Yeah, I think my mom was quite like that as well.
Shit, we always asked when we were younger, even with like money aside, like it was things
Money was
we asked
tight.
for.
Money was-
But like we wouldn't even ask for too much things or whatever. Like it would have been whatever. But there was always more shit there that
Yeah.
you never asked for. And I think every kid got that. There was always shit there that you didn't ask for.
Yeah.
Whether it was expensive or this, that, it was always just more stuff to open.
Yeah.
Because I think you'd be disappointed with just the 3 main things.
Yeah.
There has to be other shit to open.
Yeah, of course.
And that's fair enough. But like that's some mad stress. Like,
Well, I'll give you two mad
well,
examples. I'll give you.
I get pissed off with social media at Christmas. I hate it.
I know.
Hate it.
I don't
Hate
enjoy
it.
it either. But
Kids getting decked out in like the best of gear just for one photo and all this kind of shit and all. I'm like,
I'll
but
give
what are you doing for your kid for the rest of the year and all? Why am I getting so annoyed about this? Decider, no, it does me head in, man. I fucking hate it. I hate that shit. Fuck that. Do you know what I mean? People putting themselves in debt for fucking presents and shit. Like,
no, I'm 100%.
and for
on
what?
board with
Keep up with appearances at the skill gate and all. Like, fuck that shit.
you. Yeah, I agree. But I'll give you 2, right?
Rant over.
I'll give you 2 examples on both ends of the spectrum because remember what you were saying about we were saying about favorite gifts and you were talking about never complaining about a gift from somebody. I know for a fact that I have complained about a gift from somebody, and I think it's the only time I've ever done it.
Is it the one I'm thinking about? When you were younger?
Well, this
The CD?
no, that was actually going to be me.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I thought that's what you're getting. I was like, man, that was just so obnoxious.
I didn't think you would actually remember that, but that's actually going to be my.
Well, I never stopped thinking about that.
That's going to be my favorite thing.
That'd
right?
make you cry, man.
So, oh man, it still haunts me to this day.
Go on.
But basically, the worst one that I ever got, right, and I think I was a little bit spoiled in the sense, and I think about this regularly because it's not the person that I became. So it's annoying that I was like that at that stage. And my godmother, who was on my ma's side, got me a Christmas present. And my uncle on my dad's side, who was my godfather, got me a present for Christmas. My uncle got me a phone, right, which was, big deal.
But phone's already coming out, like.
I think I had a fucking Sony Ericsson slidey up lad.
Yeah.
And I was chuffed out of me nut. And my auntie got me a porcelain ornament of a poo, right? Now, knowing me, I love that shit.
That'd be a great gift now.
Knowing me, I love that fucking shit. But for a 14-year-old, I was distraught. And 14, that's not even as a kid. That's 14. Do you know what I mean? So
you were being a wanker.
I was being a wanker. I was being a wanker. Yeah, 100%. And I didn't say it to her. I was like, brilliant, thanks for the gift, thanks so much. But I went home and I was like, what the fuck is this? And
because you were looking for like another good, cool, big present.
Yeah, because I in my head I was like, well, my uncle's after getting me this,
so something else.
My godmother must be getting something of the same, and it wasn't, which is fine. And as I've grown up and to be an adult, it quite possibly could have been all that she could fucking afford. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you see, you don't know at the
But
time.
I didn't know that at the time, and I know that now as a fucking fully fledged adult.
So you'd be getting people, presents now, and you'd be like, I'm on a budget. This is what be good for them. Like, and I hope it's all right. Like, then you'd be stressing.
But I didn't think.
She could have been stressing like that to get you something.
Exactly.
Like, do you know what I mean?
I didn't think about that, and the more I think about it as an adult, I cringe a little bit.
You feel dickish, don't you?
I cringe a little bit. But the one that you're talking about, which I consider actually maybe my biggest learning curve, I think, which I consider the best present because
God, man.
it's horrible. It is horrible.
This gets me every time, man.
It's horrible. It is.
I remember when you told me this story, I was like, oh my God.
Right, so basically, Christmas of the year 2000. All I asked for was Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory on CD, and that is literally it. What do you want to have, Santi? Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory on CD. That is it. And obviously, as a mother, my ma was like, I'm not just getting him that CD off Santa. I didn't get the premise of it at the time, naturally. I think I was like 6.
So Dean, what? He was a simple guy.
I was a simple guy, and that's all that I wanted. And basically, Christmas morning came, and
Linkin Park is love. Linkin Park is life. That's how Dean lived his little young life.
I was literally 6, man. That's bananas. Like, if Maisie did that to me, I'd kick her straight. I'd roundhouse kick her to the head. And that's how I think about it now. If my kids did this to me, I'd be fucking fuming.
Right. Listen, this is...
So, that's all I asked for this particular Christmas. And I came down on Christmas morning, and I got everything under the sun of Santa. I got a brand new mountain bike. I got fucking art stuff. I got a blow up cane thing that you could fucking punch around out of WWF.
All the shit you get when you're a 6-year-old. Like.
Everything that you could have wanted as a 6-year-old, I got. I'm pretty sure I got like a wrestling ring, wrestlers, the whole fucking shebang. Yeah. And I turned around, my sister was over on the other side. I think she was barely 2. Opening all her fucking kiddie shit, and I turned around to my man. I said, "Where's my CD?" And she was like, "What you mean? Like, you can see everything else here." And I was like, "Yeah, but I didn't ask for any of this stuff." I said, "Where's my CD?" And she was like, "Well, Santi brought you this." Like, and I flipped the lid. I said, "The only thing I asked Santi for was this CD, and he's after bringing me a fucking mountain bike." He's after bringing me
wrestlers and
he's after bringing me everything else from the Smiths fucking catalogue. Except for the...
No, Argos. I circled everything that was circled in the Argos.
He's after bringing me everything except for the one thing I asked for in the fucking golden disc catalogue. Like, do you know what I mean? And the whole plan that my ma had planned was that my uncle didn't know what to get me on my ma's side. So the whole thing was he was going to get me the Linkin Park CD for Christmas because she was like, I'm not getting him that off Santi. His uncle can get him that. But what made it worse, right, was that I went over to... That whole thing happened literally about 6 years old.
Yeah, Dean throwing wobblers on Christmas Day. Like.
My ma cried. I went over to Jake's on Christmas morning, and Jake was after getting a Sunday market version of Hybrid Theory of Santi, right? I was fuming, man. I was like, "You're after getting a Hybrid Theory off Santi for Christmas?" And he was like, "Yeah, I asked Santi for Hybrid Theory, and I got it." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Then I went back over to my ma's, and my uncle was there, and he was like, "Here, I got you this." Opened it, Hybrid Theory, and I was like, "Oh wow!" And it wasn't until like 2 or 3, like maybe even 4 years later, my auntie, who was not even on my ma's side, pulled me up, and she was like, "Do you remember that Christmas where like you?" Like
caused war,
where you like fucking called your ma out for getting you everything other than like a 12 quid CD for Christmas? And I was like, yeah, I knew Sandy wasn't real to say. I was like, yeah, and she was like, yeah, that like she cried her eyes out for like.
Dean, you're the stubborn cunt, like, and it grew from you from 6 years old, like, do you know what I mean?
I am a stubborn cunt.
I know, yeah, but that was like,
oh man, like that's
like I'd say you look back at that and go, oh my god,
it still gets me. But I think it has. Not all the time, but in a sense, it has made me kind of...
Yeah, like, you know, there's always been a time where you do something when you're younger and you go, fuck, you look back now and be like, fuck in hell. How could you even do that?
That particular moment, even outside of Christmas, has made me take a step back sometimes in my adult life and go, do you remember that time that you flipped the lid over this fucking stupid thing?
You were just going around your brand new boy crying, not listening to the Linkin Park CD.
Honestly, man. And do you know that brand new boy?
Like, how much of an inconsiderate cunt house were you?
But
Like,
how entitled was I? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, how? But I
but
actually...
not even though. Not even.
I actually wanted less for Christmas. I wanted less. I just wanted that CD. So I was like the complete opposite of spoiled. I wanted to be less spoiled.
No, but it was just like... I suppose you could give yourself the benefit out that you didn't see the bigger picture. But
I didn't, but like at the end of the day, right? I as a kid, that's what I asked for. I didn't get it off Santa. I got everything else. But in a kid's mind, all I asked for was this one thing. I didn't ask literally.
All right, Dean. Stop trying to justify you being a cunt.
No, but I'm saying in a kid's mind.
I know, yeah, but like a man.
But
you were a weird kid, obviously. If a CD fucking.
I was a weird kid. I was a weird kid.
A boy, all the cool shit was there, and then where's me CD? What are you gonna do? Listen to Linkin Park in your room, get all weird?
I've done that for fucking...
I know, you still love that. But every time you
told
me that story, I think like, oh my god, your man must have felt so bad. But you didn't know how you'd make a man feel. But like you said, like if your kid done that to you, you'd be fucking fuming. But I don't think you would. You'd be like, oh bollocks.
I'd probably have to look back on that a little bit and go, well, I was like that. It would make me... It'd make me learn a little bit,
But best or worst presents, man. There is no best or worst presents for me. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've nearly always got everything I wanted.
Yeah.
But I didn't think, like, when I was younger, like, I asked for, like, things when I was younger, when it was Santy. I always got what I wanted and more.
Yeah.
Even though I knew, looking back now, like I said, like you saying, looking back now, so you were saying the stress of, like, getting everything that your kids want, and more, it has to be more, so... They're not disappointed.
Well, that's not for me. That's for Amy.
I know that, but I think my mom was like that as well. Like when I was younger, I'd ask for like a couple of things when I was like really young. This is Santy list. I got the Santy list, and I get all these extra. And go, but I'm looking back now, thinking like, my mom probably got lens to get these kind of things and stuff like that. I would imagine back then. That was before my mom was like earning good money, and my dad wasn't earning good money. Like so,
true.
They just wanted us to have what we wanted, but it was me, Dean, and Nicola.
We
always got a lot, everyone always got what they wanted.
Like in our gaff, it was just.
And as we got older, I was like, not really into, because the buzz started happening Christmas. So I was like, oh, just guess like I'll be like real, like I'll be real like shy on like presents and stuff. I'll be like, oh, I don't want to ask for too much and stuff. But man, get me way more like expensive, not expensive, but like expensive stuff for like side gifts. And I was like, oh wow, like I'll be like real appreciative and stuff like that. So I think that was left on me a little bit.
That's good.
But I'll always be like, even then when I got older, I was like, man, don't get me fucking handling. Like, just get me
a few cans or something like that.
Yeah, just like throw us a fucking few, literally get us like jocks and socks and shit, and then we just get the dinner together and have a laugh and that. And she get me like stupid. I appreciate like the stupid shit then when I got a little bit older. And I mean, when I say a little bit older, I mean like from 15, 16 onwards. I was like, this is stupid. Like we'd all buy each other like stupid shit. Yeah. And then it would just be a laugh.
See, I think for me it was a little bit weird because
I've never known a bad gift. Yeah. If someone put thought into getting you something.
No, like
if someone bought you something, that's a good gift because it's they bought that for you. Yeah. Like I always get people just trying like multi-packs of socks and this and this and this, but that's just because they're there and they have to give you something. Yeah. But if someone gives you something that's like a small little like funny token item, like the shit thing, if you would have got that when you were a bit older. Well, you were old enough to fucking get that. That was actually weird.
I was.
But you get stuff like that. I'd just keep something like that and be like, that's a kill gift, like, do you know what I mean?
But that's the thing. That's what I was going to say, is that, legit, that the poo, the ornament poo, is something 100% that I would want. 100% something I would want. But for some reason, I associate that because I can remember how I felt when I got it.
Yeah, because you got the phone before and this and this.
And I was just like, what the fuck is this? And then now that I think about it, I was like, man, I would kill for an ornament poo. I would actually kill
See,
for an
this is the
ornament
thing,
pool.
innit?
Do you know what I mean? Because it suits my personality. And
your idea of gifts change as you get older as
but
well.
I didn't know it at the time. But that is my personality.
Yeah.
That was my personality.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
at
your
the time.
idea of gifts change.
But as a 14-year-old, you're not looking for an ornament. You want something that you can use. Cause
Yeah, true. Yeah.
you're not looking for something.
Well, look, when I was 13, 14, I remember, like, Josh, Dan, all them used to come up to mine. My sister used to come up. They'd be, like, bringing, like, skateboards and, like, trucks and weight. Like, I was like, just get me skateboard shit.
Yeah.
Whatever I got was, like, deadly, cool. That was it. But we were just looking forward to having just that week together or whatever. But I think your idea of, like, gifts just change over the years. Like I don't expect any gifts.
100%. No, I don't either.
I don't expect gifts now, like, and I don't mean that in a way, like, where I'm trying to be cool, or I'm like, oh, I don't want presents around. I actually don't want any gifts off people. I don't really care about that shit anymore. Like, and this is coming to the question of, like, giver or receiver.
Yeah.
I actually prefer to give out gifts that are, like, kind of cool. Like, I ain't gonna get you shit for Christmas.
Huh?
I ain't gonna get you shit for Christmas.
What the fuck you mean?
I'm not getting you nothing.
What you mean?
I'm not getting you nothing for Christmas.
Excuse me.
I'm your kids.
Yeah,
I'll
of
get them
course.
presents
But
for.
that's how it's supposed to go.
That's what I like.
That is how it's supposed to go.
Where we used to get each other stupid shit for Christmas.
Yeah, well, I got
But
you
now-
the fireman calendar and all that.
Oh man, that was great. That's still no. What was it? The
Topless man with sheep or something.
hot guys with cute animals.
Yeah,
the calendar. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's the shit. Like, that was funny.
Yeah, tenner.
Well, there
Do you know
still
what I mean?
is or
Tenner.
whatever. But now I'm more like, I don't care about. I'd rather get your kids stuff for Christmas.
But
Like, do you know what I mean?
Is about them now.
Yeah,
That's it.
And that's like my niece and nephew. Like, is who I get like presents for now. And I'll get my sister a few bits and bobs and this
Christmas
and that. But
for
it's all
us-
just bollocks. Like,
Christmas for us is now predominantly session. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So gifts
even
is
for a while. Like, do you know what I mean? But like,
well outside of family and stuff like that. Like, but
yeah, no, but like even with my brother and how like I'm like we just get like stupid shit, just like not even like sometimes most of the time it's just fucking vouchers for like Paddy Powers and stuff like that, so we can do bets on Stephen's Day and it's like
see,
just to have something there
I'm gonna
because
bring
we're smaller. But I actually prefer to give stuff
Then
than receive, like, because like. What is someone gonna buy me that's actually gonna be of use to me? Like, do you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah,
The only
like-
one that's good, like if you're with a board or something, you go, oh, get us a new FIFA. Like that's kind of it.
But most time, if you're with a girl, she's gonna know what you're kind of thinking.
Yeah, but I'd even be like, don't bother don't bother like wasting our money on something like really random and stupid. Like, get me something that's practical.
I was gonna take it down a little bit by saying that Christmas for me at the moment, as much as obviously Christmas Day is about the kids and stuff like that, Christmas for me personally is on Stephen's Day when I go down to my nannies and stuff like that.
That's
That's Christmas
that's
for me.
buzz, yeah.
So that's gone down to my nannies and stuff like that. But I keep thinking about, as morbid as it fucking is, when that inevitably ends, what the situation is gonna be like, and that depresses the fucking life out of
Yes,
you.
that was like,
You're mad.
yeah,
Absolutely, I can. Yeah, 100%. I can understand. But
you know yourself.
but that happened unexpectedly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you.
Oh yeah, it wasn't just like getting old and that just finished. Yeah,
Yous
yeah.
kind of
Which
had
normally
yous
happens.
kinda-
Like, yeah,
yous had kind of no choice other than to adapt.
yeah.
Which leads me to my next thing, believe it or not, which was we put up a poll of Christmas. Oh, sorry, I put up. I'm not even sure if you've seen it. I put up a poll of Christmas rituals, that people might get involved in, like Christmas Day rituals that might not be the same in every household.
Oh, I didn't see.
Because someone told me in work about a Christmas ritual they had, and I thought it was the most bizarre thing I've ever heard in my life, which led me to put it up. But basically,
They used to finger the cat.
yeah, I actually fancy put in one that's not far off that. So I'll have to
Yup,
go.
Fonzie.
I'll have
Actually,
to go
Fonzie
find
was talking to her sister. She says you make her listen to the podcast.
That's what we want.
Force fed. Fucking
Wetbrain.
yeah. Oh.
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 So I did. I don't.
Let's
Even,
go.
I didn't even ask a question at work. It just kind of came up in work about Christmas rituals. I think I kind of egged it on because I was looking for stuff to talk about. This was like when we said we need stuff to talk about for a Christmas episode.
When you say Christmas rituals, it's like
Sacrificing
Blair Witch
a
Project.
Yeah, sacrificing a child in the name of Santa Claus.
What's your Christmas ritual? Well, we normally dunk our baby into the river.
But dunk our baby into the river. But basically,
We find a newborn.
There's where you finding a newborn?
If you need a newborn, you'll find it. I have a newborn guy.
Any hospital.
Not any hospital.
But, not Beaumont because they don't have a wing for that. But
So not any hospital, is what I said.
But basically, like, family rituals that would seem a bit odd, right? And what sparked this off for me was there was a girl in work, and
By the way, not odd, it's just that people do Christmas different.
yeah, now this is odd,
All
right?
okay.
Now this is odd, right? So basically, what they do is even if, right, you know, Christmas Eve is ripe for an argument.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas Eve is ripe for an argument. Even if the worst argument in the world happened, right? What they do is on Christmas morning they all wake up together. They're not allowed off the landing until they're all up out of bed, right? And then they go down the stairs
Together.
in tandem on their arses. So they bump down each
Like,
step. Each step bump down on Christmas morning in a row.
bump, bump.
Bump, 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 bump.
Like when
bump.
you were a kid.
But it's still going on. This girl is older than me.
So that just wipes out all arguments.
How can you be angry at someone that you're after doing that with? Like, do you know what I mean?
Hold on the fuck.
I swear. to
Hold
God.
on the fuck.
I swear.
Right. So if me, my dad and my brother
Yeah.
absolutely tore the arse out of it on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And
Killed
do you know
each
where,
other,
do you know where we
killed
go
each
for each other and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah.
Like killings.
Yeah.
We'd have to look at each other on the landing.
You have no choice. Christmas morning, you are not allowed off that landing downstairs
And Ellie had to bump down the stairs.
until you bump down that stairs. Like, and I was like,
And that's it. All debts cleared.
yeah. I was like, excuse me, and she was like, yeah, no, every year without fail since I was a kid.
I mean, that's actually brilliant.
You're bumping your troubles away with each step. Like, do you know what I mean?
That's all right. Well, I mean, that is like, that is just like
I don't think
pushing your problems down.
I don't think that
like
would
that's
work,
gonna
man.
hit. That's gonna hit around February. They're gonna snack each other around again.
Do you remember that time on the 24th of December?
Yeah, I didn't even mean to bump down that stairs on Christmas. You're a cunt. Bang.
You pushed me, you prick.
And what made you force down the stairs?
Yeah. I've never heard that.
That is
Anywhere.
the first time I've ever heard that. I think it might be the best thing I've ever heard.
I was shocked.
I think it might be the best thing I've ever heard.
Shocked.
That's a family that love each other now.
yeah, and it's so.
No, that's a family that really love each other.
It's so. And do you know what? It's
I'd
weird,
love to have something like that.
but it's weird because their family is, say, from in and around the area where my family has predominantly lived. They're not from there, but they've lived there for 40 odd years. Like, do you know what I mean? And that tradition does not translate. So it's clearly just
Like that's a one family thing.
a one family tradition.
Imagine you, well not you, but like Breda, Big Papa K,
The whole fucking prairie house bumping down on that stairs. Like, do you
Imagine seeing that though.
but
Imagine seeing that.
you have to go down the attic stairs first, right?
Imagine watching that.
And then down across the landing.
Imagine watching that. And they all land in the stairs. Hey! Oh my god.
Nuts, man. But
I love it. I love that.
when she told me, I was like, I'm not messing. I'd say my eyes lit up because I knew. Because that was the first bit of information that I collected for the Christmas podcast. And I was like, that's it. I was like, that is a great talking point.
Jesus,
then-
there's nothing like... When you say rituals, I mean like, we're thinking like, oh, we have like salmon and brown bread on Christmas Eve or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I actually told you what mine was on the last episode.
That's no. Hold on. Don't be brushing over this quite yet.
Sorry.
I love that. I'd like to see, like,
That happening.
imagine that's just being who the fuck started it first of all. But I think that's brilliant.
But
You
imagine,
all start Christmas Day by sliding out the stairs to get out of your arse.
so imagine it obviously started quite small, and then as the family got bigger and bigger,
They kept it.
so
But
then
like,
you've got your kids, right? The kids have got their fellas. They've got kids. And so
That's
it's just
brilliant.
It's just
I loved it. I like. Do you know the way? Like that is clearly something they started themselves.
Yeah.
And kept it going. I'd love to start something that would keep going. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't have any family things that we only do that no one else does. Well, everyone has their own family things, but something that you fucking unique is specific. Like that is deadly. Like, do you know what I mean? And people, it's actually that mental. That it's not even that mental, if you know what I mean.
No, it's actually
like,
quite nice. It's
do
quite
you know
nice
what I mean? Like, when someone says something that's that out there, people go, "Oh, they're weirdos." That's not weirdos. That's actually like real, like cute, like family. Like that's actually like the fact you would keep that going is actually like super nice.
But how?
But like I couldn't even get my family together for that long of a time to do something like that. Even on Christmas morning, like it's a struggle to get everyone out of bed at one time.
I feel like my life.
It's always like, get him out of bed, get him out of bed. You're trying to drag the 1-2 people down to even do presents. Like, do you know what I mean?
Feel like it is now my life mission to get a video of you, Amo and Dino bumping down the stairs on Christmas morning together.
I could get Dean in.
For some reason, Dino Heggs is holding a teddy bear. I'm not too sure why in my brain, but
I'd say, do you know what? I could get him to do it, no bother.
It's Amo. Is it? It's Amo.
Amo. Dean would do it.
Yeah.
You know what? Dean's up for it.
Yeah, Dean doesn't give a fuck.
Amo's like, oh, fuck that.
These are all fucking adults here.
Look, I'll put that on the internet or something.
Yeah, I'll see that on TikTok in 300 days.
I heard you were fucking putting pictures of me on the Instagram.
I was putting pictures on Facebook in 2007.
Oh, man.
Bebo.
Amo's Bebo famous. Like,
that picture of you and Amo in the car, man. That went around. That went around.
Coming back from the West.
I think I had that as my cover photo at one stage.
But man, like that's serious shit. Like,
I didn't even know you that well.
No, but I like stuff like that. Like that's serious quality family stuff that you just don't get much. You know what I mean?
I remember saying to you, and we actually talked about at the last Christmas episode, is that our family tradition was the whole not being allowed seeing your presents until Mass was over. So we weren't like, we had to come down. You got your Christmas stocking, and then you go to Mass, and
then you do your presents,
and then you come home after Mass and you do your presents. So the whole suspense thing was you're waiting for Mass to finish before you go see your presents, and that was in every household. That was in my Ma's household, my Nana's household, every household.
That's madness to me as well. Because we were just like, go to bed, like we nearly were smothered with pillows so we could go to sleep, so we could see our presents, like, do you know what I mean?
Chloroform in the gaff every Christmas.
Yeah.
But I put up a thing about, obviously, weird rituals, right? And we got 3.
When you say rituals, it just seems seedy.
I know, rituals is maybe, but it is a ritual though.
Your
like
Christmas.
It's a...
Yeah, it is ritual, but for some
ritual.
reason...
Yeah, obviously you think ritual. You've seen too many movies now. You know people are getting sacrificed.
Yeah.
But
like Ouija board in the morning, like.
I put one up, and the first.
Do you get your present? No, you die.
You're done. Santa's gonna love you. but
that sounds rapey though.
If you're getting ritualized not a word.
No PlayStation for you. You're getting ass raped.
Oh man, that sounds like the summer in my nannies. Never mind the Christmas.
Rudolph didn't bite the carrot. He's gonna bite your dick.
Red nose, red cock off your uncle.
Do you know?
Oh god, that is horrendous.
Pinewood full of thrush.
Oh man, I'm pretty sure Pinewood was founded on people being ritualized against Santa. What did you think I was gonna say to have to drown me out there?
No, I was getting deep. I was like, no, I think we touched on the dark shit.
Well, basically, right. Jason Gate was the first J Game Week was the
Game Week. It wasn't J Game Week. That's not what
Jason Game Week.
Game Day.
It was Game Week, man. FPL game week.
Gay J Day.
Are you having a laugh?
Game J Day.
Fuck off, man.
I'm actually real confused right now.
It was Jason game week.
J Gay Day.
Right. So J Gay, right?
J Game Day.
Fuck off.
J Game Day.
Who calls a game week a game day?
I do.
Fancy football game day?
Yeah, I'm all about the
It's a game week. We talk about game weeks. We don't
the
talk
Broncos
about game
and
days.
the Eagles. It's game day, bro.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, let's hit the fucking let's go fucking in the car park. Tailgate. J Game Day, put in one.
Basically, every Christmas morning, they watch whatever stand-up DVD Jay gets, which is usually Tommy Tiernan. And when I read that, that's quite standard practice.
That is, yeah. No, do you know what? Comedian DVDs used to be a
thing.
Yeah.
Christmas thing. They were
because that was it. They brought them out for Christmas.
Yeah, and
the
ours
stand-up special used to always be whatever was got. Well, hold on.
Ours was Billy.
Everybody
Connolly.
used to just get DVDs first of all.
Ours was Billy Connolly though. Ours wasn't.
Billy Connolly.
Tommy
I always
Tiernan.
remember when I was younger, setting up wrestling rings. Everyone watching Billy Connolly. My man's a huge fan of Billy Connolly.
Oh man, the best. The
Billy
goat.
Connolly's actually brilliant.
The goat of
But
comedians.
even still, like as it went on, there was always like some sort of comedian. It was always after dinner
Yeah.
for us. After dinner, everyone lazing about, having a beer,
watching
throw on the
stand-up.
DVDs we got. And then sometimes we just get into like movies as well. And we're like, oh, hold on the fuck here.
I'm gone.
That's when naps started happening, yeah. That is actually a pretty standard
It
one.
is standard practice, I think.
It used to be, obviously, that's gone away now a bit because no one buys DVDs anymore.
No, they don't.
I still have all my DVDs there.
You do.
I'd love to still go back watching
That's
DVDs.
actually something that I'd love to
Just keep collecting DVDs.
No, it's a tradition that I'd love to. When my kids get old enough, I'd love to reincorporate that.
Buy a
Because-
movie and watch it.
No, not even movies. Stand-up comedians, I think. Cause
Yeah. There was always that. You just need a good laugh.
not even that, man. A lot of my own fucking humour comes from humour learned. Do you know what I mean? From
We used to always have was Billy Connolly, and then there was Tommy Tiernan. It was more Irish English comedians.
Yeah.
Well,
No, it was
they were
never
the ones that
American,
were-
it was never-
Yeah, obviously not.
you're
but
never
I mean,
getting Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock, like, do you know what I mean?
which
It's
are
not-
great, but I mean, like, it was always like even fucking like, oh, what's that man's fucking name? Jason Bourne and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't normally watch, but someone got it for someone like Christmas.
Man,
so
Andrew Maxwell's first
yes,
DVD went around
oh
like
my god,
wildfire.
everyone had that. Like, and we'd
And
all
it's
sit there,
good.
and we'd all sit there and watch
Right,
it.
birds and Santa Ponza.
I know everyone would just watch it. Like,
Yeah.
but it was always a good laugh at Christmas.
I served him in.
It was like perfectly timed. Like obviously they put them out just before
that was the
Christmas. They
point.
knew
That was
why
the
they were
point.
watching it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like it was good, and it was a good time because it was always around that like lounge around time where no one knew what to do.
Yeah.
So you put that on, and everyone was just kind of in that position. We'll all just watch this, and that is some of the like best bonding time.
It is, but why? Because everyone's laughing together.
Yeah.
But like, while it's not.
But you'd never go, oh, I'll watch this DVD by myself or that.
No.
But like it's like a big gang of you sitting there watching it. And that's always the funniest time.
Yeah.
Like.
But it's not. It's not. While it is a ritual, it's not obscure, which is what we were looking for. But it's fair.
But that is
fair because
yeah.
that does happen,
Yeah.
and I think maybe I would dare to say 90% of Irish households that practice Christmas.
Yeah, I remember one time we done that as well. There was DVDs being bought for everyone. I think it was the first Expendables come out. We were all on the bear. I always drank it at the time because I wasn't a kid, as in a boy.
Yeah.
My dad got a new surround sound as a gift, so we set it up. We watched the fucking the Expendables. He goes, "Yeah, fuck it, we put up full blast." Everyone just sitting there going, "Oh my god, nobody can relax." So I went
People
out.
with long hair,
Yeah, I
people
know.
with short hair grew long hair. And all, like,
It was me, Josh, Dan, my sister, everybody saying, they go, holy fuck. So I went out to the kitchen. My mum was just sitting there, I think, just watching whatever, smoking a joint or something. And I goes, are you coming in to watch this? She goes, no, I fucking am me bollocks. And I sat there with her and it was nice and cool. Nobody was really. I was like, this is actually very relaxed out here. And I went back in and go, what's that? Shut the fuck up. I was like, alright. You know, that kind of way.
don't be coming in here. Don't fucking.
What's going on? Shut the fucking door. I was like, alright, fucking hell. There's always that at the Christmas as well, when like your ma's are making the dinner when you're younger. You go into the kitchen and get some. Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out now! Get the fuck out! I'm like, oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
There's always that mad stress on Christmas Day. I love that. That's the best part of it.
But see, the thing about the comedian thing is that it's not that far fetched. Like as you said, you had your own experience with it, which was predominantly Billy Connolly. Mine was only Billy Connolly. There was never any never any other comedians. It was literally every Christmas. Billy Connolly.
Billy Connolly used to go on as
Billy
well. We
Connolly.
had Billy Connolly on tapes when we were younger as well, put on. That was always the buzz.
That was the same for us. And it was literally like, even if there was young kids, right?
Doesn't matter.
No, the way it worked was I was kind of always at an age where it was like, just let him stay. And then like Leanne came along and stuff like that. And then, as soon as she was old enough to understand what he was saying, it was like, Leanne, the fuck out. Go up and play with your dollhouse. We're watching this. You go up and do what you have to
Isn't
do.
that what you
do
like?
know
It was always like, I slightly remember that as well. Like when everyone was in the sitting room, and you come in and go, oh no, go back out.
Yeah,
Go back
get
out.
out.
Like what the fuck are they watching in there?
Yeah,
Like,
what's
do you know
this
what I mean?
porn? Like, what is this? Is there boobies on this?
Is everyone jerking each other off in there? No, but it was always like, the restricted, like, that was like the adult time of the day where you were playing with your fucking toys and shit. Like
You go up and play Tony Hawk's Underground too, will you?
Oh, no,
Well,
man.
you watch Billy Connolly.
One of my best memories of Christmas, Tony Hawk's Underground, Tony Hawk's Underground, Tug came out. Josh, Dan, everyone there just dying to bits. Watching me playing is like, this is the best game ever made. I was like, I know, it's unreal, because they all played like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1, 2 and all that.
Yeah.
And like, this is the new Tony. I was like, yeah, it's like a storyline. They all just sat around watching us go through. Like, oh, getting there, just there. Their hangover started to like cure a little bit. And then they started drinking cans. Like, oh, get into it. Like, oh, yeah.
Get
And
that
the whole day we were
Eric
we were sitting out playing. I was like, no fucking way. I was getting mad into it. I was like, that was one of the best. And Josh was like, oh, I'm out. I'm going to actually drink in the kitchen now. And everybody else was like, all right, yeah. Then I was left on my own just playing the game. One of the best Christmas ever. Then Kev and Eddie and all come up playing it as well. Like, it was
You know the year American Wasteland came out?
Yeah.
Which is 2006, 2005-ish?
Yeah,
2005?
we'll be around, yeah.
I got chickenpox for Christmas. Happy Christmas.
Shit, great.
Happy
Shit
Christmas.
gift. Who gave you that?
Well, actually, do you know when I got it?
You open the card, here's chickenpox. Bang!
No, you get your school holidays on the 23rd. I came out of school on the 23rd
With chickenpox?
with loads of red marks on my body. My mum was like, what is that? And I was like, I presume chickenpox. And I had chickenpox, and I had them real bad because I was 12. So I got them like...
I had them real bad because I was 12.
No, you know, you get them worse when you're older.
I don't know, I've never had chickenpox.
You get them...
I've never had chickenpox.
if you're getting chickenpox...
I know, I've never had chickenpox.
You're
I have
getting
to
shingles.
avoid everyone
yeah,
with
you're getting
chickenpox.
shingles if you're getting chickenpox.
I've never had them. I can lose all limbs and shit.
But I got it at 12, which is on the cusp of when you're supposed to get them. Because anything past teenager, it can be life-threatening. Like, do you know what I mean?
That's why I don't go near people with chickenpox.
So I got them at 12, and it was bad. It was like I had leprosy, man. But the only... I swear... No, seriously. But the only saving grace was I got... what did I get? I got
American Wasteland.
American Wasteland. I got a Crash.
Great
I got the new Crash Bandicoot for PlayStation 2 and something else, and all I did was just sit there trying to complete American Wasteland. But
American Wasteland's class.
I couldn't. Oh man, American Wasteland has. I know Tug is the best.
Skateboarding game.
Is the best skateboarding game, best storyline.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 did like trailblazers.
Arcade games, but great arcade games.
But the best.
Yeah. 3 and 4, unreal. Also.
3 was obviously the first. Is still the highest rated PlayStation 2 game ever because it was just a new thing.
It was next level. It was next level.
But Tony Hawk's Underground, that's it.
But I think
Everyone loved that.
Tony Hawk's Underground 1 and American Wasteland should be talked about in the same way because Tug 2 wasn't the same as Tug 1.
It just lived off the new buzz.
Tug 2 was nearly like an arcade game version.
I liked
of
Tug 2,
1.
but it was too story mode.
It's not even that it was too story mode, man.
It was too gimmicky.
Very
It was
gimmicky.
very gimmicky.
Very gimmicky.
But Tony Hawk's Underground 1, brilliant, unbelievable. I can still play it, and I have got it onto the laptop and played it again with the control. Like, unbelievable.
Yeah, great game.
And then American Wasteland just brought it back again.
Even better.
Even though it was like there was a slight gimmick to it, but it was great.
There was
Remember
loads-
I
there
actually
was
got
loads of
that?
gimmicks
Remember
to
I
it.
got that? I got it down in the pawn shop in Balbriggan for like €1 or something like that. It was on American Way. We only had it on PlayStation 2,
Yeah.
but I got it on the Xbox 360. We were up there playing it.
I do remember that.
That
actually.
game just holds up.
I think it would actually still hold up now. If they,
No, it does.
If
I
they
got it.
remastered
Remember,
that,
I got
man.
it on the fucking emulator on the laptop. That holds up.
Even
It's
the
such a
storyline.
good
The
game.
storyline is actually very, very good.
Soundtrack back again as well. Like, it was all good.
What we had Alkaline Trio.
Yeah, but a load of cover songs
Wash
as well.
Away.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Thursday doing a cover on
the end-
Ever Fall in Love.
Yeah, Fallout Boy start today. endless sporadic, you know, that fucking instrumental tune.
You like all that
Enter
shit.
Sunrise. No, man, it's not even that I like that. That
That
song
that soundtrack
like
is
so
fucking
good.
brilliant. Also, fucking what is it from?
Emmanuel Search and Destroy cover.
Yeah, great cover.
Thursday's cover of Ever Fall in Love is nearly better than Buzzcocks, I
And
think.
what is there was a cover of one song that was in Tony Hawk's Underground 2, and someone else done a cover of it in the next one in American Wasteland. I was like, it was so weird they done it like straight after, and I can't even think what the song is, but it was like not even that big of a song.
There was a lot of covers though in American Wasteland.
Oh man, that soundtrack's great.
It is a very
That
good
game is great.
Very good. What isn't it? Rise Against Educate Through Labour is in that as well.
Man, there's so much shit. That's actually a great game.
Great game, great soundtrack, and probably the last very very good Tony Hawk's game. Project 8 was okay.
Yeah, it was like very forgettable.
But it leaned-
Proving Ground was okay. It was okay.
I played it.
It was okay.
I played
to
it a
play.
lot.
It was okay to play. And then
I had the Tony Hawk's ride. I had the.
yeah,
I
see
had
after that I got shy.
I had that.
I just got the remasters now. It was,
instantly forgettable. It was actually so hard to play, man. It
yeah,
was
no, even
unbelievable.
Tony Hawk talked about it. Says like he'd nothing to do with that.
No, that was actually when
He was on that
that's when
9. He went on to the 9 club. And he's like he'd nothing to do with any of
That's
them.
actually when he was removed from it.
Yeah,
Basically.
he'd nothing to do with that. It was just his name was on it.
I think
And then-
Proving Ground was when he was removed from it.
No,
as well,
he
it?
was still kind of part of it, but like his likeness and stuff was in it. But yeah, he was in that fucking the 9 club, and he was talking about like all the games that he was part of. He's like he was part of like the first ride or whatever it was, and he thought this was going to be like the next big thing.
Yeah.
And he's trying to show it to people, like to sell it to them, and he's like, this shit's never going to work. He knew it wasn't going to, but he kind of had his name on it, and he's like, but they kept it going and kept it going. He's like, this is never going to work. He was getting like money off it because his name was on it, but that was it.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is stupid. Like, there's no point to this shit. And then Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 came out.
I never played it. I know it was just.
It was alright in the first few levels and all, and it was just ridiculous. Chris Cole and stuff was in it. Like, it's weird.
But it was basically just a
It was
rehash
like, it
of
was
1 and
supposed
2,
to be
though,
like
wasn't it?
1 and 2, but it was like so bad because you could do the like shooting up into the air and doing all mad shit and stuff.
Yeah.
But the remasters are actually the shit.
Yeah, I actually didn't even play the remasters,
I
which
still have
I
it on
probably
my
should.
Yeah. I still have it on my Xbox. Like, I downloaded it, but
I'm sure I could get it for pretty cheap now.
yeah, but
If I wanted.
it's actually deadly when you play it. It's like
It's
doesn't-
all skill, like.
it's remastered perfectly that it's not like
Is it still the old soundtracks?
yeah, it's not yeah.
Really?
All the old right, it's not gimmicky.
1 and 2 soundtracks?
Yeah, so the game is morphed into 1 and 2. So you play 1, you can play 1 and you can play 2.
Yeah.
So you start off with whatever skater.
It's like when you download
all the old
Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, all the
you
old
get
skaters
the 1, 2, and
there's
3.
new skaters
Yeah.
as well. And you can start 1 or you can start 2, whatever way you want to do it.
Yeah.
And then when you go into it, like it's all the soundtracks from 1 and 2 mashed.
Into one
And then
soundtrack.
there's new stuff added into it as well. But when you're playing it, you can just hit like the right, like R3 if it was like the PlayStation or whatever, and it'll skip the track, and all the stuff is in it. And like they didn't remaster that as like gimmicky, like it's not like over like worked or anything. It's literally
The same game.
exactly. But you can like manual combo revert in all the levels, but you can change it where you can go Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 only controls, so
Oh.
you can play the first game
As
the
it
first
was.
game,
Like, yeah.
and do the tasks as that. So it makes it harder because if you do it with all the reverts and shit, you can get the high scores no problem. But if you've no reverts, no manuals, no nothing, the first game's hard.
I think what the world is waiting for, and I don't think anybody realises it, but what the world is waiting for is a proper new Tony Hawk's game, and Skate 4.
I was never into skate.
Man, Skate is so... Skate...
I want a Tug 2, like actual Tug 2.
No. Hold on a second.
I need an actual Tug 2.
No. I can tell you right now that Skate 1 and 2 are basically everything that should have came after Tony Hawk's Underground.
I can't
Like,
play
I know
them.
that-
I don't like them.
I know the mechanics are different, like the
Yeah, I
early
know. I
Skate.
got it now, and I was like,
No, the story. It's about the storylines. The storylines are
I'm not
Don't
into this. I'm
give
not
me that.
into it. I'm not
Don't
into it.
give
I'm
me
not
that.
into it.
Now, Skate 1 is actually probably the closest thing. Like, it's not close. Like, you're playing the Xbox, but
I just want fun.
the experience of it is
Like skating, I know. I
doing
get it.
no, but doing these tricks, and like you can pick, like say you're doing a photo shoot for Treasure, you can pick at what
Man,
angle you're doing this shit.
I'm telling you now, right? Whip my laptop out, yeah? Get my Xbox controller connected to it. Load up Tug 1 in it. Straight away, you're like, yeah, I just want to play a game like this again.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I'm not
fucking unreal.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying,
But there's no...
Skate 1 and Skate 2. Never mind Skate 3. Skate 3 is basically what...
Yeah, anytime I see videos of Skate 3, it's like people like doing Christ Air 900s upside down.
Yeah, because Skate 3 became what Tony Hawk's became,
Yeah.
basically. But Skate 1 and 2 is literally what Tony Hawk should have became after Tug 1.
I think it's what...
It's
what Project 8 tried to be.
Yeah, exactly. And do you know what? I don't think Skate would have happened without Project 8.
Yeah, because all the
mechanics and
flips
stuff, yeah.
and stuff like that, yeah.
So without...
This is way off what we were even talking about.
Now look. Christmas, pal.
Did you see fucking Art Monkey's flip-flopping? You know, you text me about it.
Marley Park, Mallow Castle, back to Marley Park.
Back to Marley Park, yeah.
What the fuck's that all about?
Because they're fucking crackheads.
Like, honestly... and
They
do you know
get
what?
tickets anyway.
Have you listened to the new album at
No,
all?
I didn't even listen to it.
Neither have I.
Because I know it's going to be shy.
It is shy. I don't, like, I haven't listened to it. I know it's
They
shy.
put out like an excerpt of one of their new songs. I was like, it's the same as the last one. There was one good song on the last album.
But it's,
One good song on the last album. I was like, are you actually trying to be that much of wankers
yeah. I don't,
that you can get away with it?
I don't understand.
Like, I know bands evolve and change over time.
Yeah, fine.
And that's all right.
That's allowed.
And your sound is a bit different. But you're like, who are you gaining from this album?
Nobody.
Like, I'm as hardcore as an Arctic Monkeys fan as anyone you know.
I know.
And I remember
You're
saying...
actually probably the most
I
Arctic
know,
Monkeys
and
fan
I know, the last album came out. I was like, Dean, I listened to it twice. It's not good. And you're like, yeah, if you're saying it's not good, it's not good.
But I listened...
They have two good... No, one great song on the last album.
Do you remember when...
One okay song, and then the rest of it's just absolute fucking nonsense, right? And now I get what they're going with that album, right? It's experimental and
It's a concept album. It's a concept album.
That's alright. Do one of them.
Yeah.
Don't want to go back to AM. Just
Do something else. Do something else.
the mix around. I know there's something there, witches. But my God, I'm actually afraid to listen to the new album because I think it's just going to be as bad, if not worse, than the last one. And I'm just going to fall out of love with them. Because when I seen them live last, it was in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And the new album was rife. And they only played their one good song over the new album. And then a couple throughout it. But it was all the set list was basically as good as what we seen with Marley Park before.
Yeah, yeah.
Close enough.
Right.
One or two little ones thrown in that you wouldn't like. But unbelievably live. Because they are unbelievable live. They are a great live band.
Oh, they are.
They are one of the best rock and roll live bands that you can see at the moment.
Undeniable.
Let's be real.
I would never deny
If
that.
they play their shit. But now I feel like they're just going to go... They're going to get too above their own fucking shit. But I know they have to play the shit to get the crowds in.
Yeah.
But now I feel like getting a bit arrogant.
They're always going to play that stuff.
No, but there's no like... There's no middle ground.
Not anymore.
Which you don't mind. Like, you don't mind, like, going through the shit to hear the good stuff.
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, when we seen fucking Arctic Monkeys...
And Marley Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they mixed up the fucking set list that it was actually deadly.
It was a great set.
Yeah.
It was a great set.
Unbelievable. Shit that they played into other shit that you wouldn't have even seen before. So they mixed it up.
Play stuff off Suck It and See It. Like,
Yeah, like, just the way they played it. They played, like, I Bet You Look Good answer to fucking straight into library pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Shit that I didn't even see them do before, so that was brilliant. And then when I seen them in fucking Vancouver, I was like, oh, they're going to do all the new stuff. Literally start with news, and it was all just older shit. Then they did a few, like, lower tunes that weren't even off, like, the new album, but, like, you know, they're, like, they're mellower shit from, like, Suck It and See and fucking what's the other album before that? Humbug.
Yeah.
Played a couple of that, which I actually like that album, but you're not a big fan. But they played a few of that. But then they went into the good shit, and then it just played it out with like a load of AM. That was it.
But I don't
But
understand.
then like 505, which is a song I didn't like, but now I actually appreciate it more
Yeah, that's mad,
as
isn't
time
it?
goes on.
That's mad, isn't it?
And then they
Because-
went into like heavier shit after 505, and then finished out the gig with Are You Mine? Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
But
that was like a perfect set list.
505 to me off that album was the worst song off that album.
I thought it was like trying to be certain romance.
yeah,
But now I look back at 505, I'm like,
good song.
chilling.
And then it's
Because I seen it live,
But
that
it's-
made me appreciate
it's
it
also
more.
because of everything that came after. You realise that is actually the better version of what they're trying to do now.
Yeah. And it's just like, they done it well, but now I'm afraid they're going to go.
And do you know what annoys me?
They've 2 albums now of shite out. Well, I haven't even
How is
listened to that. I'm feeling like it's going to be harder.
But how's the rest of it gonna go, right? So you're
Like, they have dancing shoes and all this, and like they play that up through it. Like, even when I was in Vancouver, like every little, like, do you know when they stop playing, they're changing guitars up. Jamie Cook there, still doing that. Or not doing that, like, what's his dancing shoes? But anyway, he'd be playing that just throughout, just teasing it.
yeah.
And they still, I don't think they'll do that anymore.
That's it. Oh yeah.
Like, we keep that, I don't think it'll happen.
So Christmas time, mistletoe and wine.
It's Christmas time, there's no need to be afraid.
I originally wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions, but I think we should save that for January. I think that should be our January episode.
Are we having a January episode? I thought we were like cutting ties here because you're doing your own solo podcast now.
Oh,
You're
I was
cheating on
waiting
me.
for you. I was waiting for you to bring it
Cheating
up.
on me and all with your
I was
solo
waiting for you to bring it
podcast.
Uh,
Woo! He didn't even run that by me. He just started doing that. That is it. Do you know what? That is a bit much, isn't it? I just see this new podcast coming out with Dean Doyle solo. Didn't even talk to me about it.
well, the new solo podcast
Is bollocks. Didn't listen to it. Won't listen to it.
is music based,
Well,
which
apparently I don't like music.
which is what we don't do. But I will have
I
you
don't
know.
like music.
I will have you
What did
know.
we talk about for the last hour?
I will have you.
What did we talk about for the last hour then?
I will have you know.
What did we talk about for the last hour?
Right, do you know what?
What did we talk about for the last hour?
Because he's not letting me speak. Because he's not.
What did we
letting
talk about for the last hour?
No, because he's not letting me speak. I'm gonna show him. I'm gonna show him who I had in mind for talking about things and getting on the solo podcast. So go on, have a look there. Let's go. Don't say them out loud.
Alright. I'm in his list of special guests on his new podcast.
Yeah, a Wetbrain Cheeks podcast associated.
I'm a guest on your podcast.
Mate, you're a guest on our actual podcast, which is FPL podcast.
You started that. You started that league. You started all this shit.
Yeah, and I've started this one.
Yeah, no, I started this.
What? Which one?
This
Wetbrain?
yeah, I started Wetbrain Cheeks.
That's fine. We're doing Wetbrain Cheeks together.
Falling out now before Christmas, is it?
No.
Nah, I'm only best. I just didn't know anything about your new fucking solo adventure. But you go do you.
It's not great.
You be Mark Orange.
It's not great.
I'll be Gary Barlow.
I prefer Garrett's Barlow.
Yeah, neither of us are Robbie.
Yeah, probably
Williams.
not. You're right. You're right there. Actually, you're probably right.
Is it?
Well, actually,
Was I right with the?
Gary did all right for himself.
Yeah, eventually, after he sucked dick and get onto the X Factor.
Simon Cowell has had a good time. I can tell you that much.
Have you seen Simon Cowell lately?
Yeah, he looks like a plaster at the bottom of a swim pool,
Oh man, he looks bad.
doesn't he?
He looks like me if I've been on the session for about a week.
A week,
Well,
12
but the way the
hours.
eyes are all like puffed out and
Yeah.
hay fever. That's what you actually looking for, man. Hay fever. He doesn't even look like he has colours and eyes, just black.
Yeah, he just has a really, really bad allergies.
Yeah. So I'm
yeah.
going to do my own solo podcast.
Well,
Remember, you did say
I've
but
asked
I
you.
said I was going to bring this up, right?
Right, go on.
So yours is all about music anomalies or something. I don't know what the fuck you be talking about.
the way I'm doing the podcast at the moment, and
Your solo thing is about what, like music that people don't normally listen to or something like that?
No. The way I'm doing it is at the moment I'm doing a podcast about the best alternative album openers, but obscure and maybe stuff that people haven't heard before.
See, that's real precise.
So, but after that's finished, which will be the course of about 10 episodes, I'm gonna start interviewing people and talk about songs that they can't live without. So 5 songs that people can't live without.
I'm gonna do a week on week wrestling podcast.
That's
I'm gonna watch Monday Night Raw.
But did I not?
And then talk about it.
You can't. Are you gonna do only Raw?
No, SmackDown as well.
SmackDown Raw?
Yeah, but like watch Raw on a Monday,
Mm-hmm.
record on Tuesday, watch SmackDown on Friday, record on Saturday. I don't think anybody would be interested, but that's what I'm gonna do.
But what if you did, say, SmackDown is on Friday, Raw's on record,
Monday.
or Raw's on Monday, record on a Tuesday, talk about both of them, and then wait every Tuesday.
See, I could do, but you don't get it. You don't watch it regularly. Like
is
not
a good way
if
to do
anyone's
it?
going to discuss it, they want to discuss immediately.
Right.
Well, actually, do you know what? I don't think people are wanting to discuss. I was thinking of doing it as a wrestling, because after you were saying it to me, I was like, "Oh, I do a wrestling podcast." It's the only other thing that.
Man, I think that is literally what
All right, we have to go.
we have to go, but I think that is exactly what we should be doing. Honestly, we're doing Wetbrain Cheeks, and then do 2 separate podcasts, see what our interests, and then anything else.
And then we're going to break up, and everyone's going to be like, "Oh, why are you and Dean not talking anymore?" I was like, "Oh, do you know why? Because he's all caught up in the music, and I'm caught up in the ropes, baby."
619, bitch.
Yeah, and he just want to get in on my fucking wrestling podcast because he's missing it. But and then have you on as a special guest.
There you go.
But anyways, Merry fucking Christmas.
We hope you have a great one.
And
We will be back in the new year to finish off.
there is no New Year podcast, is there?
No, there's no specific New Year
Before
podcast.
New Year's, yeah.
We'll be doing a podcast in January, probably towards the end of January, and we'll talk about New Year's a little bit.
We're doing WrestleMania, or Royal Rumble podcast.
We will be doing a Royal Rumble podcast. That's the plan. Which will lead into Owen
My
Hegarty
solo podcast.
going into a solo podcast. And he was joking, I'm going to push for this.
No, I'm not even joking. Like, I'd love to do that.
I'm going to push for it.
But anyway, Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad.
There's
Feliz Navidad.
There's no time.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Those fucking mince pies.
Christmas.